Hi, my name is Marie-Therese Morosky. I'm representing Catherine Hubbard and Caroline Previty and the 24 other people that were killed in Sandy Hook, and I'm here to honor with action.
I am here to honor Kimberly Vaughn, who was my sister and died in Santa Fe High School.
We're here to honor with action. I'm Kimberly's mom, Rhonda.
I'm Marcel McClinton, a survivor of a church shooting in Houston, Texas. I'm here to honor with action.
I'm Mike Song. This is my wife, Kristen Song. We're here to honor our son, Ethan Miller Song, through action.
My name is Catherine Wilson, and I am here to honor with action my sister, Vary Macbeth, from the Dunblane shooting in 1996 in Scotland.
My name is Ellie Crozier. This is my brother Jack. We're here to honor our sister Emma with action.
My name is Nicole Williams, and this is my son Antonio Maurice Wilson. I'm here to honor with action.
Hello, my name is Kathy Wooten, and I'm here to honor my two sons, Brandon and Kiwan, and I'm here with Honor with Action.
Good morning. My name is Reverend Sharon Risher. I'm here to honor my mother, Ethel Lance, and the 8 other victims in the Emmanuel AME Church shooting in Charleston, South Carolina. I honor with action.
My name is Catherine Person. I honor my brother Keith Person, and I honor with action.
I'm Judy Richardson and my husband Wayne Richardson. We're here to honor our daughter Darian with honor with action.
My name is Lonnie Phillips. I'm here with my wife Sandy to honor our daughter Jessica Gowie with action.
My name is Emily Nottingham. I'm here to honor my son, Gabe Zimmerman, and all of the victims of the Tucson, Arizona mass shooting.
Good morning. I'm Pam Simon. I'm a survivor of the Tucson shooting, and I'm here to honor my coworker that was killed that day, Gabe Zimmerman. I honor him with action.
I'm Patricia Maish. I'm a survivor of the Gabrielle Gifford shooting. I'm here to honor all of the shooting victims. Christina Taylor Green, Dorothy Morris, Federal Judge John Rule, Phyllis Schneck, Darwin Stoddard, and of course, Gabe Zimmerman. I'm honoring with action.
Good morning. My name is Donna Brown. I'm here to honor my son, Clifton Hebert Jr., who was murdered at the age of 22 on spring break. Honor with action.
Good morning. My name is Yvonne Murray. I am honoring my dad, Arnold Murray, who was a victim of suicide by gun, and I'm honoring with action my dad and all victims of suicide by gun.
My name is Louis Pandula. I'm here to honor my daughter, Christina Lynn Pandula, who was shot and died in San Jose, California. I'm here to honor her with action.
Hello, my name is Demisha Lofton Thomas, and this is my 21-year-old son, Jarek Thomas. He was murdered on January 25th, 2016, and I'm here to honor in action.
Hi, I'm Mia Porter. This is my brother, Cipriano C. Levis, Jr. I'm here to honor him with action.
Hi, I'm Claire Senchina. This is my son, Camilo, my only child, killed December 7th, 2014, one day after finishing paramedic school. I'm honoring him with action.
Good morning. My name is Cindy Montoya. I'm a gun violence survivor, assaulted at gunpoint when I was 17 years old. I'm here to stand in solidarity with all victims and survivors of gun violence, and I'm here to honor with action.
My name is Tom Campbell. I'm here to honor John Joseph Campbell and all other victims of urban violence. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Diana Earl. This is my son, Dedrick Earl, age 22, Austin, Texas. I am here to honor with action. Thank you.
I'm Doreen Dodgen McGee, and this is Thomas McGee, and we are here to honor our nieces, Sarah, Rachel, and April, and our sister Laura with action.
I'm Clay Lasher Summers, and I'm here to honor myself as a 13-year-old girl who was shot. I'm here to honor with action all children in America who have been shot.
I'm Yvonne Crasso, and I am here to honor my sister Nina with action.
I'm Maria Pike from Chicago. My son, Ricky Pike, gunned down on August 3rd, 2012. I am here to honor with action.
Hi, I'm Jane Weiss, and this is my niece, Veronica Weiss, murdered in Isla Vista. I'm here to honor with action she and the other 6 victims of that shooting.
I'm Ann Madsen, and I'm here to honor Matt Boravina, my nephew, and Kira Christensen, my goddaughter, and I'm here to honor with action.
My name is Delphine Cherry. I'm here to honor my oldest daughter, Thaisa Abney. She was shot by a stray bullet coming out of a theater. 20 years later, I lost my son, Tyler Randolph. I'm here to honor with action.
Hello, my name is Pastor Brenda K. Mitchell, and I'm here in honor of my son, Kenneth Mitchell Jr., and I'm here to honor with action.
Good morning. My name is Valerie Burgess. This is my son, Craig Williams, who was shot and killed December 28th, 2013. I'm here to honor him with action.
My name is Stephanie Brown. This is my son, Darius Brown. Darius was a victim of a drive-by shooting in Chicago, Illinois. I'm here to honor him and all other gun violence victims with action.
Good morning. My name is Sharon McMahon. I'm here to honor my son, Warren McMahon, my 3 nephews and 2 cousins, and all the lives that have been taken senselessly by gun violence in Baltimore City.
Good morning. My name is Darlene James. My son's name was Keith Lee Robinson. He was 23. He got killed 2010 on Christmas, December the 25th. And also I'm here to honor in Baltimore 300 murders in honor of action.
My name is Kathy Taylor, and I'm here to honor my son Corey with action, a victim of gun violence.
Good morning. My name is Felicia Wheeler. I'm here to honor Tyrell Wheeler, who passed away in 2011 at the age of 16 from Springfield, Massachusetts, and I'm here to honor in action.
Good morning. My name is Monica Casaberry. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm here to honor my son, Jamal Singleton, who was murdered September 19, 2011, to honor in action.
My name is Bridget Hogard. My son Terrell Fountain was killed in Queens, New York. I'm here to honor with action.
Good morning, everyone. I have 2 sons that was killed. My first son was is Yaquin English, killed Christmas Eve, 2013. And my oldest son, 31, was killed upstate Troy, New York, 2016. I'm here to honor with action.
Good morning. My son is James Halsey, and I am Gwendolyn Halsey. My son was murdered April 7th, 2018, and I'm here to honor with action.
This is Pierre-Paul Jean-Paul Jr. He was killed in Queens, New York. My name is Marie DeLuce. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm his aunt, and I'm here to honor with action.
Good morning. My name is Janine Levy. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. These are to my two cousins. They both name is Larry. He was shot down in his yard 2 years ago. They haven't found his murder yet. This is my other cousin Larry. He was killed outside protecting his son by some known gang members from Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm here to honor them with action.
Good morning. My name is Jeremy Stein. I'm the Executive Director of Connecticut Against Gun Violence. I'm here to honor my uncle, David Stein, who committed suicide by gun in 1989. I'm here to honor all of those people who have taken their own lives because of the ease of access of firearms. There are just way too many survivors behind me. This has to stop now.
Good morning, I'm Tina Mines, and I'm here to honor with action my father, Damian Mines, who was murdered December 2nd, 2015 in the terrorist attacks in San Bernardino, California, along with 13 other co-workers. I will never forget him.
My name is Pastor Sam Sale. I'm here to honor my son Shane, who died in 2012 by an assassin's bullet. I'm here to honor him and every other nameless, forgotten, marginalized soul that fell dead on the streets of urban America. I'm here to honor with action.
My name is Poe Murray. I lead the Newtown Action Alliance, and I'm here with a family of survivors and families that have directly lost so many during the last 6 years that we've been in this fight, the Sandy Hook families and Newtown activists. But we'd like you to come closer, please. Thank you. December 14, 2018 marks the 6th anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting tragedy. We held a national vigil last night to honor all victims of gun violence, and there are hundreds of local vigils being held across the nation during the month of December to honor all victims across this great nation. During the last 6 years, there have been more than 600,000 gun deaths and injuries and over 1,800 mass shooting incidents. This is just a small fraction of the grief that we are seeing across this nation. Americans stand united in support of ending gun violence, and it's time for Congress to take action. Yesterday, we delivered letters to every member of Congress. These letters have been signed by a coalition of 80-plus organizations and allies representing millions of Americans, 7 million to be exact. We are collectively imploring Congress to pass a set of comprehensive laws that will help to steadily reduce gun suicides, unintentional shootings, gun homicides, mass shootings, and gun injuries in America. Our communities have been impacted by gun violence, and it's growing, and we need Congress to take action now. We are encouraging all Americans to contact their elected representatives to demand action. And we have champions of change standing behind me. Senator Blumenthal, Senator Murphy, Representative Thompson, and Representative Esty have been standing by us, all of us, since the Sandy Hook tragedy to push for common sense gun laws, and now we've sent some friends over to the House of Representatives. But we need to work hard for the next 2 years to ensure that we elect the right representatives that will pass common sense gun laws throughout the nation. And now we have Richard Blumenthal speaking.
Thank you so much, Poe, and thank you for your steadfast, stalwart leadership over years. And Thank you to Newtown Action Alliance for bringing us together today, to the survivors who are here from all across the country, from urban, suburban, rural America. Gun violence plays no favorites when it comes to geography or party. There's no such thing as a Republican or a Democratic gun violence survivor or victim. And this courageous group who have come today are roughly 100. That is the toll every day of gun violence in this country, 100, more or less. What a tragic reminder of the costs in lives, in futures, to our great country, the greatest country in the history of the world, and yet we have one of the highest, if not the highest, tolls of gun violence. There's no justifiable reason for it. And I want to thank every one of you for coming today, most particularly the Song family who have suffered most recently their loss. I'm here to honor with action. But I would like to say next year when we come here, we honored with action. We honored with action. And let no one doubt that you are making a difference. You put gun violence on the ballot this November, and we won. We will have in the United States House of Representatives new members who are there because they stood forward, spoke out, stood up against gun violence. They made it an issue for the American people on Election Day. And the American people showed overwhelmingly they want action. They want to honor with action, but more important, they want to save lives in the future. We have a social movement of undeniable force. It has a momentum that is unstoppable. There will be doubts and days of defeat, no question about it. You know that feeling. But the arc of history is bending toward this justice, to stop gun violence in this country. Now, we know some of the solutions for sure. Common sense, sensible measures like making background checks universal, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, banning bump stocks and 3D guns. And the one that I think that should be a fulcrum of bipartisan support, a red flag statute. In the Senate, we call it extreme risk protection statute. States have them, including now Florida and Indiana, where a certain vice president happens to have been governor. It was supported in this session when I led it by Senator Lindsey Graham as my co-sponsor. Basically, someone who is identified by police or family as a danger to himself or herself and others should not possess or purchase a firearm. That's simple. There's no violation of due process. There's a court warrant that says this person is dangerous and should not have a firearm. So one of my first acts in the new Congress will be to reintroduce this measure with a bipartisan supporter. There should be broad bipartisan support for that measure and numerous other measures, because we are way past the point where the NRA should dictate what we do. As I said last night, I've been involved in this cause for a number of years. Almost 20 years as Attorney General, and now 6 years as a United States Senator. I've been getting Fs from the NRA for longer than a lot of folks here have been alive. And I'm proud of it. My mom told me never to get Fs, but this one she'd be proud of. But we are breaking the vice-like grip of the NRA and the gun lobby on this institution. We are breaking their grip. And your being here today, have no doubt, is making a difference. Your simply being here is making a difference in this social change movement. And we are steps closer. We have never been closer than now to meaningful gun violence reform in this country. And it is the courage of the survivors who have made it possible. And I want to thank my colleagues, Mike Thompson, Elizabeth Esty, Chris Murray. We are a team that will be expanded in this next Congress. And I'm hopeful that we will have some new faces here and that we will be able to tell you we have honored with action, and we will continue to honor with action. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal. He's one of our superheroes from Connecticut, and the other superhero is Senator Chris Murphy, who has been a champion on this issue.
Thank you, Poe. Thank you very much, Poe. Thank you to Newtown Action Alliance for continuing to lead this vigil and this important event. The real thanks is to all the folks who are standing with us. We are just constantly in awe of your ability to grieve and to advocate at the same time. We wish you didn't have to do this year after year, but as we said last night and we repeat today, this is a social change movement of epic proportion. And no social change movement of any significance or consequence in this country has succeeded overnight. It takes years and years. It takes both setbacks and small victories. But there is no way to chart the modern history of the anti-gun violence movement over the course of the last 6 years, other than to tell a story of our side getting stronger and stronger, and the forces of status quo getting weaker and weaker. And Dick said it right. This election was a referendum on the issue of gun violence. More candidates put themselves out there as champions of change on gun violence than ever before. In a district that the whole world was watching in Georgia a year ago in a special election that Democrats lost with a very capable candidate, we nominated in the general election a survivor, Lucy McBath, who lost her son, who ran in a conservative district with her number one issue being her story of perseverance and her desire to make a change, and she won. We didn't just win in the states on the coasts or the Northeast and the West. We won with gun violence champions in Colorado, in Texas, in Georgia, in Florida. This is a winning issue everywhere. And it has taken the political class a half a decade to catch up, but they are finally there. Now, we will get a bill passed through the House of Representatives with the help of the people behind me. We do not yet have the votes necessary today to get everything we want passed through the United States Senate. But what we know is that we are winning. Right? Every single day that we grow this movement politically, every day that you have the courage to tell your stories, we are winning more and more and more. Dick and I looked at some polling data in our caucus last week that said that for people voting for Democrats in the 2018 election, the number one issue was health care. The number two issue was guns, not taxes, not the economy, not education, not all sorts of other things that are really important that used to be number 2 and 3 and 4 in the polls. The number 2 reason why people came out and voted for Democratic candidates around the country was their position on measures that would make sure that fewer of these pictures have to be displayed at events like this. And so I'm just here to say thank you. I'm here to say thank you to all of the organizations that make this movement possible, to say thank you for all of the work that you do to allow us to increasingly be successful in this cause. And we are blessed to have a great coalition and blessed to now have dozens and dozens of new members of Congress who want to stand here at these events, who want to be leaders on this issue. Mike and Elizabeth have led the gun violence task force in the House of Representatives. They can speak about this, but they aren't going to have enough room, they're not going to have enough seats in the room for all of the people who want to join them in their work, and that happened because of you. Not because of us. And for that, on this 6th anniversary of this vigil, I'm greatly thankful. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator Murphy. Next, we have Representative Elizabeth Esty here with us. Not only today, but she has been with us since day one. Before she even traveled down to Washington, D.C. to visit Capitol Hill, she had to visit Newtown. And we will miss you, Rep. Esty, but I know that you will stand by us, you will show up for us, and we will be with you.
Good morning, I'm Elizabeth Esty, and I've had the honor for the last almost 6 years of representing Newtown, Connecticut, and 40 other communities in central and northwest Connecticut. And Poe, it's hard to imagine that on December 15th, 2012, in the Edmond Town Hall, I met Poe upstairs in a little conference room, and people were making ribbons, green and white ribbons with angels on them, to remember the hope and to remember the loss for each and every child of God who is gunned down in this country every single day. And you are seeing the representation here of what that looks like. This is what America looks like, right? This is what America looks like. Black and white and brown and every other color in between, sons and daughters, young and old, from every corner of this great country. Who would have thought that in 6 years we'd be here now with this kind of coalition? And yet we are here because of the goodness and greatness of the American people and the resiliency of democracy. And you can be pushing that boulder up a hill day after day after day. And finally, I think, folks, we are getting near the top. And I think about Lucy McBath, who I met 5 years ago at this vigil, whose son Jordan was gunned down in a gas station because he and his friends were considered to have threateningly loud music playing out of their car. She won a seat. Let's just be clear. Chris mentioned it. This is a seat that was held by Newt Gingrich. That is the seat we are talking about. And if you can flip Newt Gingrich's seat, things, they are a-changing. They're changing in Texas. They're changing in Colorado. We have won so many seats with gun safety champions. And we've been talking about the federal level. Take a look at those state legislatures. Even bigger victories there. The people are speaking. The American people have been bleeding and dying, waiting for this institution, Capitol Hill, to take steps. And guess what? They're waking up and smelling the coffee this morning. Because at the end of the day, it's not your dollars, it's your votes. And the American people voted. And they voted strongly for gun sense. Not just gun safety, just gun sense. There is no other civilized country in the world that has the kind of slaughter that we have tolerated here. If we can put a man on the moon, we can darn well figure out how to have our children safe in schools, in churches, in playgrounds, at work, at country music concerts, in bars, in their homes. I know we're going to make progress, and I'm so excited when I think about the ambitions that it is reasonable for us to think about in the next Congress. We've been hoping and praying and beating down the doors for the last 6 years to get a single gosh darn vote on a single bill in the House of Representatives. Well, hold on to your horses, because come January, you are going to see an incredibly ambitious and important agenda moving forth, whether it's on making sure we can actually research the epidemic of gun violence in America. Look to see the CDC getting money and authorization to study what we do on everything else. Do we say, oh, people die of smoking? No, we're not going to study that. We don't want to find out what's going on there. Oh, cars, people die in cars. Let's not study what might be happening with that. This is America. We figure out what is wrong and how to fix it. And that is going to be one of the first things people are going to do. We are going to make sure every gun sale is subjected to a background check. We're going to make sure we think about, is there any reason to have more than 10 bullets in any magazine? No. There are lots of things we can do. And you know what? We're not going to be content with just one. You should not be. So your voices are being heard. You have been honoring with action. You have not been crushed. You have not been held down. You have not been consumed by hate. You have been inspired by the love you have for your family members and making sure nobody else has to go through what you've gone through. And that is why this is changing. That is why this changes. It's righteous anger and deep love for this country and knowing we can and we must do better. So we are honoring with action, and there's going to be a whole lot more coming forward. And since this is my last chance to be here in my position in the U.S. Congress, I want to give special thanks not just to Poe and all the wonderful people from Newtown Action Alliance and all over this great country, but to these amazing champions, these three men back here who have been at the front lines every day. My neighbor and friend, Chris Murphy, we live a block and a half apart from each other in Cheshire, Connecticut. Longtime friend, Dick Blumenthal, they have been such champions in the Senate. And who became my really best friend in the House of Representatives, Mike Thompson, proud owner of guns and proud defender of the lives of Americans, who knows perfectly well there is nothing inconsistent about supporting the Constitution, including that Second Amendment, and saving lives, which we absolutely can do. So to the three of you, I don't have a hat on, but if I had one, I'd be taking it off to you and wishing you all the best and thanking you for your friendship and your leadership, because without your help of everyone here, but those leaders in the House and in the Senate, we wouldn't be able to stand here today with the good news that there's going to be so much happening in 2019. Thank you all. God bless you. Yeah!
Thank you so much, Rep. Esty. We will miss you on the Hill. Next, we have Representative Mike Thompson. He represents the Napa Valley District, and yet he's traveled to Newtown several times to meet with our Junior Newtown Action Alliance. He's fantastic, and we're so happy he's here again.
Thank you, Poe. Thank you very, very much. You've done a tremendous job, and thank you again for rallying the troops and getting folks here. To the victims, family members of folks who've been lost to gun violence, I cannot imagine what you go through on an everyday, every hour basis. And the fact that you've been able to muster the courage and the determination to come back here year after year, to be the advocates that you are, every day of the year is phenomenal. And it's important because, as the other speakers have said, the way things happen in any elected body is by the will of the people. And you are illustrative of the will of the people. We see it here every time you show up. And I know it's tough, and thank you very, very much. I want to just say thank you to someone else who's been a great partner in this effort to bring about sensible gun laws to make sure our communities are safe. I met her before she was sworn into office. We met over the telephone because she represented the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School. She was just elected, hadn't yet been sworn in, and I was named the chairman of the Task Force on Gun Violence Prevention. So we met first on the phone, then in person. She's a co-chair of that task force, and for 6 years she's been an incredible partner trying to push through legislation that will make our communities safer and provide a sensible response to gun violence in our country. And as Poe said, she's not going to be here in the next Congress. She, on her own, decided not to run again. It's an ally that we're going to miss, but it's someone who I'm sure is going to remain in this fight until the last day she's on the face of this earth. And she's someone who has been a great ally and a great representative for her district in Connecticut, and that's my friend Elizabeth Esty. Thank you for all that you've done. You heard from my colleagues the reality of things. Clearly, this election sent a message. I can't tell you how many letters and phone calls I've received in my office from new members of Congress. And I'm a member of the Policy and Steering Committee, and that's the committee that determines what committees you go on. And so every 2 years, the letters and the calls come in. I want to be on appropriations. I want to be on transportation. I should be the next Ways and Means appointee. And I've certainly got those letters. But I think every new member that's a Democrat has contacted me or my office and said, I want to be on the task force for gun violence prevention. So they get it clearly, as do their constituents, because every one of them also said, and will you do a press release to my district letting them know that I was appointed. So this is something that not only the policy that they want to work on, but this is a position that they want to wear proudly back at home. And this is telling. As the other members said, this is telling. We're moving in a direction that's very, very positive, in large part because of everything that you've done. And so with the help of my colleagues, the two great senators from Connecticut, and you know, I'm a combat veteran, and I often judge people by whether or not I'd want to spend time with them in a foxhole. And these three members, believe me, they go to the wall for you. And I would spend time with either one of them in a foxhole. And together, we're going to deliver some sensible legislation on gun violence prevention. So I'm Mike Thompson, and I'm proud to be here to honor with action and to tell you that we're going to pass a universal background check bill out of the House of Representatives over to the Senate very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Thompson. Now I'd like to invite our allies. Sean from Brady, Kim from Women's March, and Giffords. Everyone come up. So, as most of you are aware, we have a lot of people working on gun violence prevention. We have a lot of groups, but we would not be effective if we didn't work together. So we've done a lot of work as a coalition, and here we are together once again. I'm going to have them introduce themselves and why they're here.
Thank you. Bear with me. I'm usually back here, and I'm working with survivors and victims and others to help them with their voice. I'm generally not the person that's out there speaking. I'm proud to be here today on behalf of the Brady campaign. To Senator Murphy, to Senator Blumenthal, Chairman Thompson, Representative Esty, it's an honor to be here. As all of you have said, we do have to celebrate those small victories, and to each one of them, we owe a great debt of gratitude for those small victories. Senator Murphy with the filibuster, Chairman Thompson with bringing a bill to the House, a bipartisan bill to the House, and gaining co-sponsors right after Manchin Toomey when we were all a bit discouraged, and driving co-sponsors to, again, and perfecting that bill and making it stronger. We have 208 co-sponsors, and that's a bipartisan bill. That's the most ever in the history of Congress. So to Congressman Thompson, I mean, that's just amazing. As Senator Blumenthal said, extreme risk orders. After Parkland, Brady came out with our three-point plan, not only talking about background checks, talking about assault weapons, but also talking about extreme risk orders. And Senator Blumenthal got a bipartisan bill introduced in Congress on extreme risk. So to him, again, I mean, he's been there all along. And Representative Esty, even though she won't be with us in the next Congress, trust me, we owe her a great debt of gratitude for the representative-elects that are coming to Congress to fortify Chairman Thompson's GVP task force and to fortify his work in the House and to fortify our leadership in the House, Leader Pelosi and her team. So, I mean, I want to make sure that we understand, that all of you understand as victim survivors that we wouldn't be here without you. Just to take a step back, as you probably know, most of you, the Brady campaign is named after Jim and Sarah Brady. Jim Brady was the press secretary for President Ronald Reagan and was shot and injured, actually had died and survived at GW. Doctors helped him survive. And lifelong, they led the effort to get the Brady Law that we're now going to be celebrating 25 years, and 3 million people have been stopped from acquiring guns. And their inspiration, his inspiration as a victim survivor, is what drives so many of us who haven't been personally affected by gun violence. I know that it drives me. I know that it drives all of the other people who are with you. For every one victim survivor that's here, there's hundreds that are out there. I cannot name them all that have inspired us and in the room, but I will name some of them that we work with. Sandy and Lonnie Phillips, who are here. Jerry Hills, who was here earlier this week from Arizona. Griffin Dix from California. Mary and Charlie Black from California. Amanda and Nick Wilcox. Joe Saccharin, the doctor who started This Is Our Lane and really took on the NRA recently when they challenged doctors to stay in their lane. Delphine Cherry, who is here and has joined the board of Brady. Tom Mauser from Columbine. Lucy McBath, who others have mentioned, Representative-elect Lucy McBath. Representative Jackie Spear. Representative-elect Debbie Merkesil-Powell. My friend Katie Wolf and the Wolf family, and Joan Peterson, another member of our board. Literally hundreds. Gabby Giffords, and again, Jim and Sarah Brady. When we get tired and frustrated and burn out, we look to you, to your courage, to your resilience, to your determination, to recharge our batteries and get back to work. You have always had our families and our communities back, even before we got woke. Know that overwhelming majority of the American people have your back. It will be hard work ahead, but we will get there, and with your continued help. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, not just universal background checks, or just CDC funding, or just extreme risk laws, or just closing loopholes, or just limiting assault weapons and bump stocks and large capacity magazines. We know that this is a multifaceted epidemic problem that requires a comprehensive set of solutions. It's going to take doctors and public health, and this is our lane. It's going to take AFT, NEA, PTA, and the education community. It's going to take law enforcement, prosecutors, public safety, and the faith community. But we've got a movement. We have a movement. When I saw that we had, as Representative Esty said, we're getting close to the top of the hill, was when the multi-issue groups were joining us and talking about gun violence prevention as one of their top issues. We're going to get there. And I just when you get discouraged, know that you're our inspiration and that we're going to get there. And thank you again, Newtown Action, for doing this. I can tell you that you inspire us as well, and you drive us. The young people after Parkland and even before Parkland, they inspire us. They also push us. And Poe and I have had some interesting conversations about priorities, and she pushes us. Sometimes all of us in the movement, we also push some of our best friends in Congress, our champions in Congress. I don't think they always appreciate it, but I think we inspire them when we let them know where the American people are. So keep up the faith and know that we're going to get there. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Kim Russell, and I'm really grateful to be here today. I was telling Poe last night that I hope she doesn't have a lot of other plans because she's going to have to do this gathering every year forever, because this is truly my favorite gathering each year. This event is about honoring all victims and survivors of gun violence. It's not in reaction to some mass shooting that's just made the news. It's about all of us, and it's truly for and about the survivors that are here today. So I thank you, Poe. Today I'm here to honor Philip Rao. He was shot and killed during a robbery in which I was also shot but survived in April of 1999. It was because of that incident that I stand here today. I'm here as an advocate to prevent gun violence, but I'm also here as a representative of the Women's March. One thing I've learned since I've been doing this work is that no one is safe unless everyone is safe. I know we're stronger together, and I know that we cannot do this alone. We are all connected, as are the issues that we all care about, whether it's gun violence prevention, reproductive rights, LGBTQIA and rights, immigrant rights, civil rights, disability rights, ending state violence, social and racial justice. We are all connected. These issues intersect, and we must work intersectionally to win. Intersectionality is not a buzzword. It is not an it word. It is our solution, and it is our way forward.